Hi everyone, this is the tutorial for us. My name is Billy from Piano Pies. Let's get stuck straight in. Now just before we start, I need to apologise. You may hear construction work that has just started the moment I press record outside my house. How frustrating. Anyway, we're going to get stuck straight in. Now, I'm going to show you how to play that opening part, which I believe is played on a ukulele, but we're going to try it on guitar. We'll work through that, and then I'm going to show you the chords after that you can strum along. So whichever you want to pick, I've got you covered. Here we go. So at the start of the song, we have this very fast part. I'm going to slow things down, and we need this shape to begin with. We have a 9 on the G, an 8 on the B, and a 7 on the high E string. Now what we're going to do is loop around playing, which is G, B, G, E. We're going to do that 4 times. We're then going to put our flat finger on all the 7s. And we're going to go back and forth on this G string up to the E string. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We then, this is the hardest part, I can't find an easier way of playing this unless we change the tuning of the strings. So we've got a fret 10. Now I'm going to use my ring finger. So I'm playing D, G, D, high E, looping that round. We then move that finger down to fret 9, and I'm going to add this finger on the B string, and we'll get to it eventually. Notice how this finger stays the same. We play D, G, D, high E, do that twice, and then B. So that is very full on. Now like I said, it's probably easier to play that on the ukulele, or if it was detuned, but if you want to stay in standard tunes so then you can play the chords, then that's going to be the way to play it. Now if you're interested in getting the tab for that introduction only, as well as the chords for the full song, then head on over to Patreon. There is a link to that in the description. More about that later. Now, let's look at the chords for what you need to play through this. Let's say you're going to strum to the track or maybe play along with a vocal line. We have E minor. So to play E minor, we have an open E string, 2, 2 on the A and D strings, and then open on the remaining strings. We then have D major, which is an open D string, 2 on the G, 3 on the B, and 2 on a high E string. 2 more chords before I talk to you about the strumming. C major. 3 on the A string, 2 on the D, open G, 1 on the B, and then an open E string. And the last chord for the introduction, a G major chord. 3 on the E string, 2 on the A, open strings on the next 3, and then you've got a 3 on the high E string. Now, because the opening is that part, what we can do is maybe sustain the chords, or we can play this rhythm. And that rhythm that I'm playing for each chord is down, down, up, down, 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 up. I'll play that slowly. Down, down, up, down, 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 up. So you could play those 4 chords for the introduction, and the good news is you then cycle around those chords 4 more times for the first verse. We then get to the chorus part, and I believe that's when the Taylor Swift lyrics are kind of in the background. We have G major, C major, and then 2 lots of D major. I'm going to use the same type of strumming as we did in the verse, but what we'll do is play through those chords 2 times in a row. So we're now at the post-chorus, which mixes things up yet again. So it might be worth heading on over to Patreon where you can get the chord chart and the chords and the lyrics matching up so you don't have to memorize it all or maybe writing it down and maybe making a mistake. Not only do I have 300 plus songs from the last couple of years of latest releases, but I've got Taylor Swift songs, I've got about 30 of her songs I reckon at this point, as well as a bunch of Gracie songs as well, including Risk, which is a fantastic song. So check that out. However, the post-chorus, we have E minor, going to D major this time, then C, and then G. However, the post-chorus continues with G, C, and then 2 lots of D, and then you'll repeat those last 4 chords a second time round. So you can see the structure's a bit of a strange one on this. So yeah, maybe head on over to Patreon and get those stuff. Now, the second verse is the same as the chorus. G, C, and then 2 lots of D. We'll play through that twice. And looking over to my notes, we then have a chorus, which is the same set of chords again, 3 more times in a row. But then we get to a bridge section, which changes things up yet again. Not only do we have a new order of chords, but it feels like the song kind of almost goes into a halftime feel. So what we're going to do is play... So you can see I'm kind of slowing the strumming down. Now that is optional, of course, but it feels like that fits with the track really, really well. So feel free to try down, 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 up, down, 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 up. It's a really good strumming pattern. And those chords were E minor to G, C, and D. You'll play through those chords 3 times, and then on the 4th time play E minor, C, and then we can sustain a D chord, and that'll get us to the next part of the song. And basically, the next couple of parts are a pre-chorus and chorus, which are the chords of G, C, and D 2 times round. Just keep looping around those chords until the cows come home. And there we go. The construction has finally stopped. Oh, and it starts just there. You might not be able to hear that, but that was brilliant timing from them. So yeah, feel free to check out all of the other songs that I've made from Taylor Swift as well as Gracie. So yeah, you can see that on the screen. Thanks to my Patreon subscribers. They make this job worthwhile, and it helps enable me to keep going with this job. So thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video.